Good evening, everyone. One of the most important softwares and technology that we used in production is Git, and I will talk more about Git. And you might have heard about GitHub a lot. And Git is something. Why we use Git is very important. In if you are working in any team and doing coding, Git is something that you need to know and be aware of. You can do a lot of things with Git, and don't confuse it with GitHub. Git is separate and GitHub is separate. Git is basically, just think of this scenario, why we need to use Git, what is the importance that is there to use Git. We will just show you three main reasons why we should use Git. So coming to the first one is version control. We all have been coding for a long time, and just think about this scenario wherein you have lot of files. Suppose you are coding, and this has been the case for most of us. You first have a file called code1, then you feel you have the next day or you have written some other part of the code, and you want to go back to code1 to make sure that nothing breaks, so you rename the file to code2. Then you make some changes, and then you do code2b. And when we have lot of different versions, or you can say type of the same code, it becomes code 3, code final, then code final 2. So you don't know exactly which file to refer, and specifically if you are only working alone and you are working on a project with so many different namings of code, and you get confused how you are maintaining the code versions. So for the first use why we have Git is to solve the same problem of multiple file names confusions, and this is only when you're working alone right now. So what you do is, in the file explorer, suppose you are right now you're coding, you have the same code, you again make code 1, code 2, code 3, and whatever I showed you, and it in your file explorer in your local system right now, and it is a little bit confusing. But now we have Git in the place. What does Git do? It the same code is there. You do a particular change, and then you want to save that particular version. Suppose you do it at 5 o'clock in the evening, you have a particular code which is working, and you want to save this prototype somewhere, and you want to use the same code 1 file name. You don't want to change the name of the file name. What you will do is you will commit it to Git. And now what is Git? Just think about Git as a software right now on your computer that you have to download, and there you can commit this, and so you will see a version ID that has been created, and this is in your local Git computer. Similarly, after a few hours you write one more code with some new feature, and it is in the same file. You can again give a version, as you can see here, the second version of 84D. So now what happens, that the version will contain the changes that you have made. It will contain the timings of the commit that you have done. So it will contain all these information in you, and you can have a look at that as well. And similarly, in the next day you do another version 080 here, and when you are committing it, you will have a different type of changes. So for the same file, when you're doing different commits, it is going to track what are the changes and what is the time when you have done the commit. And these are some of the basic things, and I just wanted to tell you what exactly we are using Git here for version control in the local system. This is a very basic understanding for all of you who ask me why should we use Git, and this is the first reason. The next reason we will see in the next video. Thank you.